show. Welcome to everybody. Welcome to the podcast listeners. Welcome to the Facebook. Welcome to live audience. Yay! We got Maud up here, and she's going to sing this song because she knows it. Isn't that right? Isn't this true, Maud, that something's going to happen and it could be good?
It always does.
It always does. So here we go. Sing along in the audience if you know it. Sing along in your homes and your cars. Ready? Something's going to happen and it could be good. Something's going to happen and it could be good. Something's going to happen and it could be good. Something's going to happen like we knew it would. Oh, yeah, well, things will change and leaves will fall and it will rain, transformed before your eyes with no time for chasing. Why me? Why did that happen to me? Oh, you never know just how life is gonna go. Jump in your boat, row, row, row. Jump in your boat and row, row, row. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen like we knew it would. Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah, you gotta aim high and go for your pie in the sky. Go ahead, trust yourself. Everything will right itself.
It always does.
Oh, yeah, well, life's a stream, so go ahead now, follow your dream. Jump in your boat and row, row, row. Jump in your boat and row, row, row. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen like we knew it should. Woo!
Why, thank you,
Why,
Laura.
thank you for singing.
Come on in, everybody.
We are so glad to be here in Fredericksburg at the beautiful downtown Greens. We got up this morning. There had been a storm and there were fallen branches, but we got all those cleaned up and dragged away just in time. We have Maria from One More Tacos who's going to talk to us about tacos and things, perhaps other things. We have Harry Wilson, and he is going to vibraphone us. And then we have Sarah Perry from Downtown Greens talking about Downtown Greens a little bit. So without further ado, let's get Harry up here. Come on, Harry. Harry Wilson, come on around. You have to negotiate the landscaping to be on the show today. We're going to clip this. We're trying new things by clipping on new little, see if that works for us. Hopefully we got some, all right, Harry Wilson.
Yes.
Pleasure to see you.
Oh, yes.
Now, you are wearing your Downtown Greens t-shirt because you are an #1 Downtown Greens volunteer in music. I hear you played music for the Fork It Over Festival.
Yes, I did.
Well, that's so kind of you to go out of your way to play for the community.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when did you start playing music, Harry Wilson?
I started playing music somewhere back in the early 60s.
Early 60s?
Yeah, say 68.
And what was your first instrument?
The congas.
The congas. Ah. And when did you discover a vibraphone?
Well, I was in a band, and they all was tuning up their instruments. Tune the A440. I said, well, I want to tune up too. They said, well, you just tune your instrument, tune up with the keys.
Yeah.
So I said, I need to go further than this. So I went on and got a set of vibes.
Well, I mean, why'd you jump from congas to vibes?
Because rhythm and soul is in my blood. Rhythm and soul is in my blood. And the spirit is always there.
And the spirit is always there. And you have been playing what kinds of different music?
Early in life, I played rock and roll. With the Philadelphia Delphians.
The who's?
Philadelphia Delphians.
The Delphins.
Yes.
Okay. That was your rock and roll period. And was that in local around here?
That was Philly.
Oh, in Philly, right.
Yeah.
When did you come to Fredericksburg?
I came to Fredericksburg about 30 years ago.
And what brought you to Fredericksburg?
My fiance.
Oh, love. That happens a lot.
Yeah. And once I got here, it was fantastic. I found my melting pot.
All right. And you've been playing music ever since?
Ever since.
Now, when did you get, we all were at Market Square last Friday. You played the Market Square with a big jazz band. Now, when did jazz become your thing?
it came early around the 78 when I met Sunrise Orchestra.
Ah.
And they influenced me so much
Where did you meet them?
in Philly.
Ah, just like at a barbecue or?
It was at a fortune teller's house.
Really?
Yeah.
Did what? And what did this fortune teller tell you?
Well, I wasn't being interviewed by the fortune teller. Somebody else was in the band.
Oh.
And so it was just my fortune that I was met him right there on the street. And from there, we took it another level.
I'll be darned. See, when you go to a fortune teller, maybe you can just accompany your friends. You don't even have to be the one. Now, am I correct in saying that Washington, D.C. has a pretty good jazz scene?
Oh, definitely. One of the international type of vibe they carry along with the jazz. All kind of clubs up there, venues for jazz, and festivals all the time. And our area here in Fredericksburg, we're growing to a big city, which we're doing jazz music every night in Fredericksburg, 7 days a week.
7 days a week. Well, where's the best spot for jazz in Fredericksburg?
Well, I'm a regular here at Kenmore Inn.
Oh yeah, the Kenmore Inn always did have nice kind of jazzy music. I'll give it that. Yeah. Now, do you play jazz standards, but you also play originals?
Yes, I do.
And I'm thinking we should get you to play us something. Would you be willing to play us a song?
Oh, most likely.
Okay.
Okay.
What you want to tell us a little bit about this song? Because we're going to take your lapel mic away from you.
Okay. This song is called HWB, which means Harry Wilson Blues, one of my originals. And I recorded this with a bunch of friends here in town. And they helped me and they supported me with the album by giving me pointers and things like that. So it's been very, very helpful here with the musicians.
Is this on your on this album?
It's on the album.
Okay, so look, before you get up, look at this. This is Harry Wilson has a nice album here. What's on here, Harry?
It's called Uptown, Harry Groove, HWB, Red Wine, Joshua's Journey.
Those are all original tunes.
All originals by
See?
me.
That's nice. Okay, carry on. Yeah.
And Space Beam
Space Beams.
reminded me of my time with something.
Oh, isn't that nice? All right, this is available at
Or you can contact HarryWilsonMusic.com.
HarryWilsonMusic.com. There we go. All right, let's hear it, Harry. Give us a tune. I'm going to unhook you from this, and Harry's going to walk over there to his vibraphone. We have it set up on the corner, and that is a interesting piece of equipment. Plays it with those little mallets and it's those metals. All right, go ahead, Harry Wilson. My goodness. Come on back down here for a second, Harry, and we'll talk about that for a minute. That has a nice sustain. chain. It's got a pedal on it like a piano would, doesn't it?
Mhm.
Now, when you decided to play vibraphone, where did you get one or get lessons, or how did you even know they existed?
Well, read up on the music, and Lionel Hampton is the pioneer of the vibes. Baggs, Milt Jackson, he's the pioneer of the jazz section of the vibes. Then we come along with Bobby Hutcherson. I got more and more influenced by those guys. And also I had lessons with Bill Lewis in Philadelphia, one of my tutors, mainly self-taught.
Oh.
You know, I just had to study with a lot of guys. Like they say, you learn on the bandstand, you learn on
If
the
you're
bandstand.
lucky.
If you're lucky.
Yeah, so you hold 2 mallets in each hand. Are they always played with 2 mallets in each hand?
Unless you soloing by yourself, because with the 2 melodies in each hand, you give you the chance to play the chord progression.
Right.
With the singer notes, you could play the 2/5, or you could play the 2/5 and 2/5/7, and you still hit the chord notes when you play with 2. But most of the time, I play with 2 when I'm with the group. When I'm soloing with myself, I play with the 4 because I'll be playing the chord changes along with the standard songs.
And how many people do you usually have in a group?
Well, usually my whole thing consists of 4 people, and I always have a guest artist, which makes 5 the quintet.
Right.
But it's under Harry Wilson Quartet, but I have a guest artist, which always have a horn player, making 5. So that'd be Harry Wilson Quartet plus
Plus.
1.
We like plus.
Yeah.
Everything but plus sizes. Well, I don't know. It depends on what you're getting in the plus size. Maybe we do like a plus size.
Interesting.
Oh my goodness. Now, when you first got to Fredericksburg, did you feel like, because you came from Philadelphia, that was a big city, and Fredericksburg was kind of a small town?
Yes. Well, I was born down in South Carolina,
Oh,
and so it's still in my roots. I still have a southern accent a little bit. So anyhow, once I got here, I started meeting cats like Cameron Spratt, Joe Altman, Fredericksburg Big Band, all those guys. They're deceased now, but they pulled my coat and pulled me over right on in the scene, the music scene here in town.
they were glad to have
They
you.
was glad to have me and well received. From there, I started branching out, meeting other musicians, going to jam sessions, and all this happened here at Kenmore Inn.
Kenmore
Yeah,
Inn, and we're
was-
still playing at the Kenmore
Yeah.
Inn. It's been 30 years, and here we
Yeah.
are, 40 years, 50 years.
Yes, sir, still
Anyway,
playing.
Still playing at the Kenmore Inn. Well, good on the Kenmore Inn.
Okay.
Wow.
Everybody likes to play Kenmore Inn.
Everybody likes to play at the Kenmore Inn. I used to have a friend who died when she was 98, and she used to wait tables at the Kenmore Inn. So
Right
that means
on.
The Kenmore Inn has been around for a little while. Well, Harry, thank you for talking to us. We're going to get you back up here towards the end of the show to talk some more with us.
Okay.
All right, thank you. I really appreciate
Oh.
your yay.
Oh.
Oh, we're going to
Thank
take
you.
this off of you. We're going to get, thank you. Man, I am so blessed to know all these interesting folks. Now we're going to get Sarah Perry up here. Sarah Perry, how are you?
Great.
Here, let me clip that on you. Look at you with your nice downtown green
I
seat.
also
Everybody,
have a
oh, we got
downtown
Ginger.
green
Are you
shirt.
going to be up here
Hey,
too?
Ginger.
Ginger's going to be on the
my
Laura
little-
Shepherd show too.
Yes.
All right,
here
that's
we
good
go.
for a change. We have to watch out for that little
Let me do this.
microphone.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Sarah Perry, what is your title here at Downtown Greens?
I am the executive director here at Downtown Greens. Should I give you the
Well,
spiel?
give us a little spiel
Okay.
about Downtown Greens.
So Downtown Greens is a 2.8 acre urban green space here in downtown Fredericksburg. It's a space that anyone can access from sunrise to sunset.
I know we had a couple of joggers through here this morning. They weren't jogging,
yeah.
they were walkers.
Okay.
And they
nice.
said that this made their 10,000 steps so much more pleasant to be able to walk through this area.
Lovely.
We were dragging off branches at
Yeah.
the time, but
Yes, that's the other part is, there are, nature comes in and leaves us some presents every now and then. We are a nonprofit. We are very dependent on our volunteer base and our donation base. So most of the people who are in our audience right now know all about that. Love having our musicians in town support us and play for our events that we have, and it's just.
and why do you think Downtown Greens is important to the city of Fredericksburg? What do you do that's so important?
Well, first of all, green space is really important for any city or
An organically
And-
managed green
Or,
space.
it's
It
completely
proves
organically
that it can be
managed.
done.
Yes, organic and sustainable practices here only. We also have programs for kids to teach kids where food is coming from. So we have a program for 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders called the Youth Farm Program, and we have another one. Okay, why don't you go sit over there? You want to sit down then? Okay. And then we have another one for the little guys, 0 to 8-year-olds. And we also just started last year going to Head Start, which is right next door. It's completely adjacent to where we are.
And Head Start is a program
Head Start,
for, it's a
early
national,
childhood.
is it a national program,
It
Head
is a
Start?
national program, yeah, for early childhood education to prepare kids for.
She's just
She's
looking at
watching
herself in that
herself.
camera. That's good. We got cameras from both ways, and we have Miss Ginger, who's the star of that camera at the moment.
So yeah, that's the space. It's really important, first of all, for people to have access to the outdoors, and we're in a part of town where there are apartments where people don't necessarily have a backyard, and so we are everybody's backyard. I like to say we're everybody's favorite backyard. And then also we like to show kids where food is coming from. We have some farming programs. Ginger's part of the little kids club, the garden club. You have fun with that? Yeah.
What do you like doing at the garden club, Ginger?
Climbing trees. Do you climb the trees?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Not everybody gets to climb
That's
trees.
true.
That's pretty
We
nice.
do have some great trees to climb, thanks to this lady right
Oh.
here. I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
Oh, we'll just turn the table right here.
Woo! How exciting!
So, Laura Shepherd,
Yes.
I hear that you have a tie to this garden somehow.
Well, yes, I was living in this neighborhood and started gardening in my backyard, and then it just turned into downtown greens over. I don't know. It's like people say, "What made you do it?" You know, and it's like I don't know. Went out in the backyard, started gardening, and people started being involved, and next thing you know, we started. I don't know what happened, but here it is, and it's so nice that it's been 20, 30 years, 20 years, 20 years?
25 years next year.
25
So next
years.
year we're celebrating our 25th anniversary.
Yay. That's amazing to
And
have.
I just want to mention.
Don't touch
oops.
that because it's going to make loud noises.
I just want to mention also that since then we've gotten all of the 2.8 acres of urban green space under a conservation easement, so this will always be green. Forever and ever. Even if we go away, the next person is obliged to keep it green. So, a gift to the community right there.
Yeah, as everything is growing. And yeah, this property is nice because it has some little hills, and when you get
Yeah.
back here, you feel very far away from things.
Yeah, it's a little oasis, a hidden gem.
A hidden gem.
But now you all know the secret. So you can come
And what made
find
you,
the gem.
Yeah. What makes you do volunteer work and do this?
Well, I am not a volunteer,
Okay,
but
you're-
I do volunteer for other things. But I really believe in what is happening here. I believe in, exposing children to the outdoors, and I really, really love the programs that we have for the kids to garden and kind of see from seed, and then also all the way to seed. So we harvest the seeds at the end of the season also. We package them so that the kids are getting that full experience of, okay, so this is
Plant
a
the seed,
you
it
plant
comes up.
it, you eat it, and you can keep it so that you can plant it again next year. So the whole cycle, which I think is important for kids to know about.
Well, yeah, grown-ups too, because
Grown-ups
we
too,
all
yes,
get our seeds from the seed store. But really, seeds used to be sewn into the hem of your skirt when you traveled to
Oh.
carry it with you. Yeah,
didn't know
because they
that.
were important, right? Seeds were valuable when you couldn't just get them off the internet.
Yeah.
They were. What sort of plants are we growing over there with the kids?
So the kids' farm program garden is a very, it's a learning garden, so we don't have a lot of anything, but we have a lot of different varieties. They've got everything from squash to eggplant and corn. They've got tomatoes and basil and all the herbs, and and what else do they have?
And so
radishes.
they see things grow,
Yeah.
they pick it, and then they go to the farmer's market once a month with.
So it's a 3-part program, the youth farm program. They meet once a week for an hour and a half to garden. They have a healthy snack. They sometimes do a craft, environmental craft sometimes. And then once a month, we actually get a local chef. And we're very lucky to one of our local chefs you'll speak to a little bit later, Maria Martin from Juan More Taco. She's going to be our chef for September, I think. And so once a month we get a chef to kind of orchestrate a meal based off of what is ready in the garden at that time. So they kind of do a lot of the prep work and they figure out what things kids can kind of take hold of. And then when the kids show up for their regular Tuesday afternoon session, they gather the vegetables for that. They come down across the street because our garden is separated by a street. And the upper garden is where the food is grown, and then the lower garden in our building, our headquarters building, is where the kitchen is. So they come back to the kitchen, and we've set up stations for chopping and mixing and blending and parboiling or whatever the station is that the chef asked us to set up. And they make a meal. And then at the end of the session, the kids' families come, and we all join in eating the meal al fresco in the courtyard, under the sky. It's a beautiful time. We have tablecloths and real napkins, and we have ceramic plates and real silverware, and we have flowers on the table that came from the garden that the kids picked and arranged themselves. And it's just a beautiful moment. Sometimes some of these kids don't eat with their parents ever. You know, it's a very busy household. You never get to sit down together. There's the train.
Yeah, we love the train.
Right next door. So it's a great time for these kids to not only show the things that they grew, but also what they cooked. We like to also send home recipe cards with all the recipes that everybody ate, and then a little kind of Blue Apron style food basket so that the families can actually replicate to some extent some of the recipes. So it's really a great way to see and use the food that they're growing.
Right, it makes it more, and I bet they eat more vegetables than they would have otherwise.
They clean their plates. I'm telling you, these chefs come in and they make these gourmet meals with the kids. The kids are making it too. And
You let them use knives?
yes, we do.
Oh,
We have
good
children's
for you.
knives, and we have finger guards, and we also, each chef usually gives a little lesson before they cut, you know. to
What's a
make sure
finger
you're-
guard? Is it like a little plastic thing you put
It's
on
a
your
little
finger?
metal thing that you just like hook your finger into, and it does the claw for you, because you're not supposed, you're supposed to make a claw when you're cutting something, so
Right.
you don't accidentally put your finger.
Right.
So it kind of makes the claw for you. So you don't
Oh.
have to remember. But well, the kids are great, and some of them have been doing it for 2 years now, 3 years. So yeah.
Wow, so they've been 1 year and they want to come back.
Yeah, they love it. I mean, it's a fun program. And then also, what you mentioned before, once a month we take them to the farmer's market. But we're not going this Saturday because there are a lot of vacations.
Okay,
So-
well,
Not this Saturday, but
Once a
usually
month
the
unless
first
we don't.
Saturday of the month. So the first Saturday of August, September, and October.
and that's important because it gives them a chance to collect money and
So yeah, they're learning some math skills. They're learning how to communicate with adults, which a lot of kids have trouble with. They're learning about their products also that they're selling, so they have to be able to talk about their products to people who might be interested in buying them. And yeah, counting money back. Really important to
It
know how to
is
do
really
that.
important.
I don't know if you've been at a store and somebody's giving you the wrong change, but it's really
Well, yeah.
important to know how to count money back.
it is interesting because if it's like $3.62 and you hand them 2 cents, they don't really know what to do. People, if unless you hand it in time for them to enter it in the register.
Right. We don't have any registers. It's all right here. We do
that's
have
good.
paper. So
Oh.
yeah, it's fun. It's really cool.
And what have you gotten out of doing this? Why? I mean, being here. What have you gotten out of being here?
What have I gotten out of being here? A full heart, first of all, because it's beautiful.
Important. Yay.
I love, like, the dinners is kind of the icing on the cake. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it must
And
be for a
it's
kid
really
to be
sweet.
able to show their mom something.
Yeah, you see
and
the pride on their faces when they're telling their parent. They're just like, oh, this is that. And we cooked that, but before there was a bug on it. They have the whole story of this one leaf that they found that now everybody's eating. It's really sweet. So.
Well, keep up the good work,
Yeah,
Sarah
thank
Perry.
you. And if people want to know more about us, you can follow us on Facebook, Downtown Greens. We're on Instagram, downtown_greens. Website is www.downtowngreens.org. And our email is downtowngreens@gmail.com if you're interested in getting involved or...
Right, so you have regular garden hours where people
Yes.
can come volunteer
Yes.
on what?
Garden hours are Thursdays from 3 to 6, and
Saturdays 9 to 12.
there you go. Hasn't
20
changed in
Yeah.
25 years.
25 years, we're still around.
We're still here. There's no excuse.
There's no excuse. Or if you feel more comfortable just writing a check, they can do that too.
You can write a check. We do accept
Because money does count.
Yeah, money is.
Although
is very
time
important.
is important too,
Time
you
is
know.
very important.
Yeah.
This is a big space, and we only have 30 hours of garden time per week that we spend on garden time.
Right.
Out
Yeah.
of our budget. So we're really, really, really reliant on our volunteer base.
Yeah,
for
and
the
it's
garden
nice
work.
to have a garden where I hear birds chirping, and if I look around, I see little butterflies flying around, and it's
Yeah.
really nice to have public green space that is not just lawn. You know, we have a lot of football fields, which are great, soccer fields, but they're kind of monoculture, so it's good to have something different. Well,
There are
thank
many
you.
cultures here.
Yay, thank you
Yeah,
so much,
thank you so
Sarah.
much for
I
having
appreciate
me.
your coming up and chatting with us.
Thank
We're trying this whole new microphone thing. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
and we have
my
little
pleasure.
Ginger. I'm going to sing a little song for us. Put that microphone there, see what happens. We're always trying new things here. Now, this song I'm going to sing is called the Grandpa Song. It was one of the first songs I ever wrote. And the reason I'm singing this song is when I came to town, my friend Brett Milstead was here, and he was going to join me on the stage and sing some beautiful harmony for this song. Unfortunately, he had a bit of a stroke, and so he's in the hospital. And I said, well, he ended up in the hospital, but he did call and tell me he wasn't going to be here. So therefore, he gets points, and I'm going to go ahead and sing this song. If he happens to be watching live, he can sing along. My grandfather died when he was 102, and he was making furniture till he was 98. Grandpa, he was born on election day, a Democrat for the world, his people say. He turned 95, he's still alive. Slow smile, shining eyes. Oh, oh. The moose on the wall at Grandpa's house, it's been dead for years, but it's still the same. And I go around every year or two. Uncle's drunk, ain't that a shame? Grandpa turned 95 the other day. Half is mine, he's okay. Oh, oh, oh. The neighbors come around to sing a song or two. Then his wife throws his clothes out the back door. I don't understand why they live like that. Carolina to visit some of my help for a little thing. We got some lawn mowing happening next door, so we can all enjoy that. It is interesting to be back here at Downtown Green. Hey, Mike Costa, come up here and tell us a little bit about bees for a second. While we're here, Mike Costa, the fabulous person, and you run the bees here at Downtown Green. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So, what made you become a beekeeper, Mike Costa?
I was doing it to help a friend set up bees at their farm. And after that project was over with, I continued to mess around with bees. That's been about 5 years.
And do you have bees in how many locations?
Just in the 2 locations. I have 3 hives here at Downtown Greens, and I have 3 hives over in my backyard in downtown Fredericksburg, which is just about 1.5 miles away.
Okay. And do you get stung a lot?
Sometimes you get stung. It's part of beekeeping. Sometimes the hives get a little testy when there's not a lot of nectar flow going on. So sometimes in the later parts of the summer, you'll get stung, but it's not a big deal.
No, it's not a big deal. It's actually supposedly therapeutic, they tell me. Have you ever heard of apitherapy?
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Well, you seem to be practicing it all
I guess.
And pollinators are good. How far will a bee travel?
From their hive looking for nectar, they'll go up to 5 miles.
Wow, so watch out with your spraying of poisons. And so they're pretty healthy here at Downtown Greens?
Yeah, we did pretty good. This winter we had 5 hives going into the winter, and all 5 survived. So we've added 1,000.
Okay, well that is excellent. Well, thank you for, I appreciate your being here and doing that for Downtown Greens, because it keeps bees in the city, and then there's some honey to go to special people. What do you have to do to get a jar of Downtown Greens honey?
That's up to Sarah. I'll be delivering 4 cases of honey next week to Downtown Greens, and after that, it's out of my control.
Okay, I'm saying Sarah's saying that if you make a generous donation, you get some real city honey. Okay, hey, thank you so much, Mike. I appreciate you taking the time to tell us about it. Now we have Maria. Maria, come on up here. Maria runs, well, we gotta tell her. Hi, Maria. Hi. Wow. Now you started with a food truck, is that correct?
We started with a food truck, yes, and then we grew into a restaurant.
Now you have a restaurant on Caroline Street.
Caroline Street, and a second food truck being built.
Second food truck being built. And you have brought some she's brought some special treats for us here and those in the audience. So
special request from
this.
Sarah.
Sarah's special request. Look at this.
Let me tell you the story.
Tell the story,
Tell the
please.
story. Okay.
It was first Friday. It was what, like 10:30 at night?
Yeah, it was late.
And all of a sudden,
10
Sarah
o'clock, I think.
Sarah comes to my restaurant. And I'm like, what are you doing out so late? Where are the babies? Oh, everybody's sleeping. I just wanted ice cream.
Ice cream.
And the ice cream shop across our restaurant was closed. And I'm like, oh, that's so bad. Everybody closes so early. But then I remembered that I had this in my freezer.
And what is it?
These are tamarindo pops.
Tamarindo pops.
And we usually have tamarindo pops, or we have mango pops that we make for ourselves, to keep us cool during the day. So I offered her one, and she fell in love with them.
Okay, and tamarind, it's a fruit.
It's a fruit. It's a tropical fruit. So you just make the juice.
Yeah.
Put a little sugar, a little honey, whatever you like for sweetener.
Yeah.
Put them in the freezer.
Yeah.
People usually eat them like this.
Just plain.
But we go the little extra.
Yes.
And we like to put a little bit of tahini and a little bit of the, what is it called? Chamoy. And that is how Sarah tried them. At first she was like, oh, I don't know. But then she couldn't get enough.
Yeah, because
You dip it and then you eat it and then you dip it. And
And
It
it's
is
kind of
like-
spicy.
It's spicy and salty and sweet at the same time. So we
Right,
have
so
one.
I'm gonna give some of these
Pass
away
some,
to our
yeah,
friends.
pass some out there
and
in the
then
audience.
Maria's gonna do one for you to see how
And
it
we're gonna
works.
do one
How we
here.
do it? Now, can we? Are these now for sale at your restaurant or not yet?
We have them for sale. If somebody comes and asks,
Okay, you
we
gotta
sell
know.
you one.
Okay, so you pop the pop out
You
of the
pop the
cup,
pop out.
and you put some of
Then-
that spice. Now, what is
yeah.
it? That's red pepper and
It has lime juice and jalapenos, I guess. I don't know exactly the spices.
yeah, that's a
I'm gonna
spice.
Put that in there. And you
Oh.
just dust the cup.
Yeah, you dust the cup with
And
this
you
one,
can even do this before you freeze them.
and then pour some of that.
Just pour some of the chamoy, depends on how much
Chamoy.
you like it. And then you just put it back in. You can put this right back in the freezer, or you can just eat them like this.
All right, I'm
I
gonna
want you
try.
to
I'm
try
gonna
it.
try this.
I'm gonna take that one.
Yeah.
You can take them home.
Oh, how interesting!
Isn't it cool?
That is delicious.
It is. It's very refreshing and very different.
It's really
It is very different. Now, when did you come to Fredericksburg?
Fredericksburg, well, I came to Virginia 22 years ago
22 years ago.
when I moved from Honduras with my husband because we got married in Honduras, lived over there 5-6 years, and then it's hard to survive when you're being paid on lempiras, but you're owed money in dollars. So he's like, I can't do it anymore. We had to move. So he moved, you know.
Economic refugees.
Yes. So
Yeah.
he moved. I stayed
Welcome.
behind.
Welcome.
right? I stayed behind for a year because I didn't want to come.
Oh.
I didn't want to come here. And he will go every time he came. You know, he could. He will come and visit. And there was a point after a year that he says, I can't do this anymore. You know, you have to come. So I packed my bags and moved to the States. That was 22 years ago, 23 in February. And we lived in Reston for a couple years, and it was just too expensive and, you know, too crowded. We moved to Stafford, and it was okay. Didn't like it much. And we've been in Fredericksburg for 15 years, and I just love it.
And now, what, like starting a food truck, was that always a dream of yours or just a byproduct of life?
Well, I think it was a byproduct. I love cooking. I have always liked cooking. Since I was little, I remember, you know, helping my mom cook little things, you know, boil an egg or fry an egg or whatever I needed to do to help her. And when I moved here, I think I really learned more out of love. You know, I had to feed my husband, I had to feed my kids. There was nobody else. So I had to learn, and that's how it was. You know, everybody came, and everybody's kids came and ate my food. My house was always full of kids because I have 5 kids. So when you have 5 kids and each kid has 5 friends, you know, your house is always full. So my house was the house that everybody would come, and they knew that if they came, they were not going to leave hungry. And everybody was always, you should open a restaurant. You should open a restaurant. And I'm like, nah, it's not that good. And
It turns out it is that
and
good.
it turns out
Maria.
it is good. So, you know, the kids grew, and I didn't know what to do with myself. But I didn't have the money, you know, to open a restaurant or even a food truck. And then we came out with a little money, and my husband is like, you know, we can buy a little land or we can buy the food truck. And I'm like, well, my daughter was really mad at me, Amanda, because she wanted the land. And I'm like, well, you know, let's buy the little food truck, and maybe that can give us a little more bigger land, you know, instead of the
some
little
income,
land,
yeah.
you know, more land. And here we are, no land, but
No, but you have a food truck and
I
a
have
restaurant.
a food truck in the restaurant, so we're getting there.
And you know what I know about you is that you really care about your clients, because we have a mutual friend who's a vegan, and he came to your food truck and you didn't have any vegan options, but you said, what can I do for you? Just like you did for Sarah. You know, Sarah came in looking for ice cream, and you didn't have a popsicle, but you sure did come up with something. So what do you serve for vegans at your...
We, you know, it's funny, we started with Larry
Hinkle,
Senor
yeah.
Hinkle Taco. And that was our first step into the vegan, vegetarian community, you know, because I'm not a vegan myself. And from there, we grew. Now we have vegan ceviche. We have some vegan tostadas.
Vegan ceviche? How do you make it? What's the fish
We
substitute?
use the TVP.
Okay, yeah. Textured vegetable protein, yeah.
And it's delicious. You will never know.
Oh,
You
okay.
will never know. And that TVP, we can make any kind of taco with any kind of flavor that we serve regular with the TVP.
And so do you have a lot of vegetarians and vegans?
We do.
More than you'd think, and it's becoming more popular.
Yes. But I
Wow.
think our biggest customer for vegan and vegetarian was at Highmark. Definitely. That area is big with vegetarian. I thought downtown was going to be really big, but it's not as big as I thought.
Maybe people just don't know. Or maybe,
Probably.
if you want craft brew, craft brew at.
Yeah.
All right, so you are open downtown.
We are open downtown 7 days a week. Dying a little bit, slowly.
Well,
Tired, but
that's okay. It's going to be
okay.
fine.
Yeah.
I think that because you go the extra mile, and I love that I love that there's so much love in your food, and it's delicious, and that you actually care about your clients enough to make something for them special.
Yes.
So
And my objective is to educate people about Latin American food. Because everybody comes, to a restaurant and they're expecting that we're a Mexican restaurant, and I keep on telling them we're not Mexican. Just because you see tacos doesn't mean we're Mexican.
right.
Everybody that has a tortilla can eat a taco. You don't have to be Mexican.
No, but I mean, what is something that's very typically Honduran in food?
Pupusas are actually from El Salvador, but we sell them in Honduras as well. So you find a lot of pupusas in Honduras. We sell baleadas. Did you ever try those?
What's a baleada?
Baleada is a flour tortilla that has refried beans. You can eat it just with beans and cheese and sour cream, or you can have the special ones that have chorizo and avocado and the pickled onions, and they're delicious. People love them. So there is a lot of different foods out there that people don't know, and they're great.
Oh, exactly. What would you say are 3 Honduran spices that people like? Like what are some of the spices? Like chili peppers, I presume. I don't know.
We don't have a lot of chili peppers.
No, okay.
I mean, we do have it, but that's at least not how I grew up eating. But we use a lot of cumin.
Cumin. Oh yeah.
Yeah, cumins and curries. We have a lot of Middle Eastern influences in Honduras on our food. There is a lot of it's a big Middle Eastern community in Honduras.
And are there a lot of Honduran people around Fredericksburg?
There is, which I didn't know before, but it surprised me, when I see all these people coming in. We saw the little Honduran flag in your Facebook post, or we heard that there is a Honduran restaurant, and I just love watching their faces when they eat, like my Honduran chorizo that is so different than the Mexican chorizo.
Why is it? What's the difference? Do you know?
It's not spicy. It's very vinegary.
Oh.
You can taste the cumins. You can taste, we put eggs on ours. So it's different. It's completely different. It's really good. It's one of our best sellers.
Oh, well, there you go. Well, I really thank you for taking the time to come and talk to us. And thank you for caring about your community. And somebody can come in the middle of the night and to your restaurant, and you will pull out of the freezer something that you made for your own family to pass it on. And then this is delicious, people. Head down to One More Taco on Caroline Street. What's the address?
826.
826 Caroline Street. And are you open just 7 days a week?
Yes.
Are you selling these?
Yes.
We're going to call, she's going to start selling this. I highly recommend this thing, folks. Tamarind is a very interesting
It
taste.
is. Yeah.
Mm.
Soy sauce is actually made out of tamarind.
What? Soy sauce has tamarind in them?
Yeah.
Who knew about that? All right. Well, thank you so much. I'm gonna take this off of you.
Yes.
Thank you for going out of your way on your busy life.
Thank you for
and
having me.
sharing with us.
It was fun.
Yay!
It was fun. Mwah.
That is amazing. We are.
Yeah,
Harry, come on back up here. We're getting Harry Wilson back up here. Come on, Harry. Come on down. Everybody has to. We're gonna let you clip that back on yourself right about. I don't know where we have to. I don't know. I could be on the edge or. We're working these new microphones, folks. Somebody's going to have to tell us later. Here, I would help you put down my fancy. Did you try that fancy popsicle? I'm just going to flip it right here. Did you try that fancy popsicle
That was
thing?
good.
That
Very
was interesting,
good.
wasn't it? And the
Very
kind of
good.
hot, peppery bits in the middle.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Now, what's your favorite type of food?
Oh, my favorite type of food. Whew. Everything. I like everything. I like a lot of greens. Like I just cooked some kale the other day. And some black-eyed peas. I'm a little like vegetarian myself.
Oh.
Because my pressure.
I'm an opportunarian,
Okay.
which means whatever I eat, what they put on the plate.
Okay, okay. So we did veggies, cabbage is one of my favorites.
Cabbages.
Yeah,
Did you ever make your
carrots.
own sauerkraut?
Yes,
I've been making my own sauerkraut
Yeah,
lately. That's
yes.
pretty good.
Out of the red cabbage, that's good.
Yeah, that's what I did my last batch out of the red cabbage. Makes you feel good because you're eating red.
There you
Something.
go. There you go.
I want to take this opportunity, and Maria, I want to give you this too. Oh, this, Harry, thank you. This is one of my CDs, and I want you to
Oh,
have that.
right.
And Maria, this is one of my CDs, and I want you to have that.
Thank you
you
so
for going out
much.
of your way and bringing us little gifts. We like to give things away.
Yeah.
And we have, now not everybody has a CD player. Do you actually have a CD player
Yeah,
these days? Because
yeah.
a lot of people don't even have a CD player.
Yeah.
You still think it's worth recording CDs and bringing them to your gigs?
Oh yeah, definitely. With the CDs available that you bring to your gigs, they let the folks know that you are recording artists,
Yeah.
and you spreading your music around the world. You're trying to get people to like your page and like what you do. So we're trying to do that.
Yeah, and you sell some downloads? Because it seems like people tend to just like download.
Yes,
music
you
these days.
can download on Harry Wilson Music Bandcamp, HarryWilsonMusic.com.
Yeah,
You can download it on that.
download it on that. Now, you have another song you might play for us?
Oh yes, definitely.
All right, can you tell us a little bit about it before you take off your microphone?
Okay. This song is called Red Wine.
Red Wine. Oh, I know this one. Do we get to do some audience participation?
I think you get some audience participation in this one.
Okay, we're going to try.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, let me unhook you here. And we'll set that over here and you'll get it later.
Okay.
I love it when people come visit the show and they bring us treats like this. Harry, you had to suck your treat down before you played. Okay.
Yes, it was good too. Let me let you know that for me. Okay.
So that was pretty good.
A little audience participation will help.
Yeah, well, you have to train them. I don't know how we get them trained. So you were singing. We had a few little singer-alongers back there. Now, how do you go about writing a song, Harry?
First, I'll come up with the chord progressions.
Okay.
Say it's a C major chord. I could work that C major chord in different many ways. So I could go from the fifth of the note, or to play the 2-5-1 on the C major chord, and work it within those chord changes. So I'll go from the fifth chord to the root note chord, and back to the 2-5-1, 2-5-7 chord. So
That's starting to sound like a phone number to me. 257-0309. Yeah, here we go.
So it's interesting. Then you pick out the melody
Right.
from the chord changes, and you try to work within those chord changes of the melody for it to come out, sounding. Hopefully, it sounds good for you.
Yeah. Well, it does sound good. Oh, we have some children crying. We got lawnmowers. We got cars going by. This is real life, brother, right
Yes,
here.
it is.
All right, you want to do one more number for us?
Oh,
Looks like we got about 7 or 8 minutes left in the show, so I think we have time for you to do one more, and then we'll do a little closing number.
All right. Okay.
Let me unhook you there, because we're this old.
Okay.
Okay.
This tune is Harry Wilson Groove.
This is the Harry Wilson Groove. so much space. That does. And I guess for those of you listening to podcasts, you can see that online at patreon.com/The Laura Shepherd Show. You can go see it on Facebook there if you happen to be listening and you want a little visual. I think, Harry, you got anything else you want to tell the people? Tell the people something, Harry.
Well,
I eat ice cream. I'm going to eat treats and let you tell the people something.
Well, like she said, Larry Hankel's a good friend of mine, and him and I have been working together for years, working on music. And he helped me organize some songs on this CD. He also was the assistant producer on this CD.
All right.
And so we worked together throughout at Fredericksburg, in and around town, playing cafes, festivals around here, and we plan to do some other things.
Yeah, now what you're going to be playing this coming Wednesday?
I'll be playing with Larry Hinkle this Wednesday at Colonial Tavern. His name of his group called Colonial Seafood. And he's invited me to participate in this gig.
Well.
And he said, Harry, we got some other stuff I want you to play on too. So he's interested.
So keep your eyes out for some Harry Wilson.
Yes, yes.
All right, I'm going to close this show by singing a little song. It's called Carry My Rain in a Bushel Basket. We like to sing it down in Gulfport where I'm from. I tell people, put your troubles in a holy basket. When you get where you're going, they'll have all fallen out.
There
and
you
then
go.
bushel baskets have lots of holes in the bottom.
There you go.
Don't jump freight trains when they roll by. Don't like the blues, I'll tell you why. I go downtown when I want to smoke, and I'm treating life like a joke. But I won't go sinning in my neighbor's yard, 'cause he's been working mighty hard. I go downtown, but I don't wear shoes. Oh, you know I don't like the blues. Carry my rain in a bushel basket, carry the sunshine too. Carry my rain in a bushel basket, but let the sun shine through. Everybody sing. Carry my rain in a bushel basket, carry my rain in a bushel basket. Carry my rain in a bushel basket, let the sun shine through. I won't get cross if you smile at me, and I'll throw my troubles out to sea. I don't wear black or need a heart attack, 'cause we could be happy. How about that?
Yeah.
Don't think much about what could go wrong, and I don't
Yes.
want to sing about it in a song.
Yes.
But I'll look at you and shake my head, 'cause Lord knows, Harry, some people, they'd be better off dead.
Yes, yes.
Carry my rain in a bushel basket, carry the sunshine too. Carry my rain in a bushel basket, let the sunshine through. Carry my rain in a bushel basket, carry my rain in a bushel basket, carry my rain in a bushel basket, let the sun
sunshine through.
Well, I don't see Saturn when I look at the stars, but I know it's out there and so's Mars.
Yeah.
I don't think much about the evening news.
Oh yeah.
No, I don't sing the blues. You can, but I ain't going to tell you that.
Ah,
Don't like ham, but I do like toast. I certainly don't care who you hate the most.
yeah.
And I don't care how it's always been done, 'cause you could give in but still have some.
Yeah.
Carry my rain in a bushel basket, carry the sunshine too. Carry my rain in a bushel basket, but let the sunshine through. All right, everybody. Carry my rain in a bushel basket, carry my rain in a bushel basket, carry my rain in a bushel basket, and let the sun shine through. All right, thank you, Maria. One more taco. Thank you, Sarah Perry and Ginger from Downtown Greens, and thank you, Harry Wilson of the Harry Wilson Quartet.
All right. Thank
Support
you.
something, support somebody. Go out there and support somebody. in
Yes,
your
it is.
neighborhood.
Yes,
Do
it is.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.